What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here and welcome to more F1XL Season 9 race highlights. This is round 4, the Brazilian Grand Prix. If you're new to my channel, do remember to hit subscribe and do check out the previous races we've had so far this season. It's been a pretty average start to the season for us. We could have had a podium first time out in China, but got unlucky with the safety car and we've had 2 poor races. But this is one of them tracks. I do quite like the Sao Paulo track, but I'm just not very good here. It's like a bogey track for me. I've had really poor form here in F1XL history. I think my best finish is a P4, but disconnects, just poor races, and I'm so bad at qualifying around here. We're currently in P10 after 3 laps. We did put in quite a few laps in this session, and look, we're only improving slightly, so that might jump us up 1 position at most, and I wasn't feeling optimistic at all. Coming to the line, it's going to be a slight improvement, but it's still P10, and there's only 12 drivers in this session. And Vidal had a qualifying ban as well, so yeah, it just shows how competitive this Formula 1 league is, and yeah, it just shows I really need to do more practice. I'm just really struggling at the moment, so yeah, just hoping to move up, but there is rain scheduled for the start of the race, transitioning to dry conditions, so pretty much starting on the inters and then probably moving on to whatever dry compounded tyres, but yeah, what we've got to do, just pick off positions as soon as we can, really. There will be mistakes in these tricky conditions. Just got to keep it out the wall, keep it clean, and hope for some solid points for the Renault team. But building up to the Brazilian Grand Prix, round 4 of the season, 5 lights, and away we go. Them lights weren't held as long as they usually are in a league race, but we've got a pretty good start compared to the TDP on the right there. But he's more confident on the brakes, and I brake pretty early, but we're still in P10. Just looking for any opportunities. We're not too close to many cars. TDP nearly loses it there. So we're side by side after the center S, and it looks like we're going to be going side by side through down into turn 4. And I can see my mirror. Vidal is all over the back of me, just looking for the opportunity to go for the move. But we're side by side here. TDP breaks it. Hansen's had a bit of a half spin. We've taken his position. TDP goes wide, but there's yellow flag, so I have to back off slightly here. We lose our momentum, and he's off the track. We're going to be side by side through this fast right-hander around the outside. It's going to be very tricky in these conditions, but I think I've got the move stuck as well. Up to P8. Brilliant move there. TDP comes back. We try and squeeze him. I thought he was just behind me there, but I think he just had his nose alongside me, so I apologise for that. We made slight contact, but we're still in the game, which is the main thing, and he's still on my tail. I go for like a half defensive move, and he just slots it up the inside. Pretty good racing there, and we luckily just defend our position there. So we're defending P8 now. We're looking alright, but TDP just keeps throwing it up my inside. Yeah. I don't think he has the patience to be behind me, especially after my antics and spin where I was causing quite a traffic jam. But we're side by side, coming to the start-finish line, and yeah, just challenging each other. And there's a Red Bull, it's gone off ahead, and oh no, we've got into the back, and there's been a huge incident here. We've lost our front wing. TDP is out of the race. And yeah, that's ruined our race because there's not going to be a safety car. I mean, how that isn't a safety car? We've got to do a full lap with no front wing. But I did put a ticket in about this, I'll admit that, because it has ruined myself and TDP's race. I genuinely don't know if this is Spooky's fault. I'd have to see us on board, but that has wrecked both our races. And yeah, we'll have to see the onboard of him, and what happened there was just really unfortunate. I just couldn't avoid him. I thought he'd slide down the track because it is a slope there, but he seemed to rejoin the track very slowly. But I can't say it's 100% his fault there. I don't really know what happened, but we're driving around with no front wing. I decide to carry on because the rain is meant to stop in about 5 minutes. So we'd lose so much time in the pits. We'd lose over 30 seconds, so I thought I might as well just carry on and just hope the rain stops very slowly. But at the end of lap 5, it did seem like it was getting towards dry conditions, so I thought one more lap. And of course, how it pans out, it worked out perfectly for the front runners because DRS start was enabled, and it happened just as they were coming onto the start-finish straight. So you can see everyone's in the pits now. We're still ahead of Spooky Sky at the moment, who was also involved in that incident. So basically, we could be fighting for last place again, just like we were in Spain. So it's not been a great couple of races for us. And yeah, I think a few cars ahead of us got held up because of double stacking, but look how slow this pit stop is. Slowed down because my teammate pitted earlier on, but still 11.3 seconds, absolute shocker there. And now Spooky is not far behind us, but if you look at the minimap, that incident has hurt me and Spooky so badly. That's why I put the ticket in, because yeah, because it's absolutely wrecked our races. So we are fighting for last, and the gap is down to, what, a couple of seconds now. So hopefully we have a bit of a battle, otherwise it's going to be a very lonely race and not great highlights for yourselves. So yeah, let's hope it picks up, and it does a little bit actually. We're on to lap 14 now. A bit of controversy coming up. Looking at the minimap, I don't really see any incidents going on, but yeah, the virtual safety car comes out, and of course, nothing goes my way around this track. It really doesn't. We've just passed the pits. I mean, I could have had a free pit stop there, and if you look at the minimap, look where everyone else is coming up to the pits. So if they want to go into the pits, then they get a free pit stop. It's an absolute joke. And lap 20, you guessed it, it happens again. Past the pit lane, and look where the other cars are. It's absolutely unbelievable. I could have made my final pit stop and gone on to the hard compound tyres once again, or not, because we don't have a second set, do we? So maybe not this case, but still, things just don't go our way at the Carlos Pache circuit, and it looks like I will not be beating my best finish of P4 here. It just shows how unlucky I've been around here. But lap 24 now. We are coming into the pits for final set of the mediums, and Spooky is just behind us. We have actually pulled away from him a little bit. I think he was battling with Jack Spar, who's made his final pit stop and is into last place. And we've actually pulled away from Jack Spar, so his pace isn't great. He could be a car that could be vulnerable to both of us at the end. But yeah, we pit at the same time. Don't know if Spooky, if that was his strategy, or he just wanted to pit at the same time as me, so we actually had a battle. But that's a very slow stop once again, 2.5. We're coming out in P10. Jack Spy is not that far ahead of us, and he's on the hard compound. We've got fresher tyres, so we could be closing him in. I mean, this could be an epic battle for P9 between the three of us. I really hope it is, because this really was a dull race. I suppose, like, the battling on track, like, between the timings, between me and Spooky, just managing the gap and trying to keep ahead of him, that was quite exciting. He does have a time penalty as well for corner cutting, so I did have that in mind. But now we're on the back of Jack Spar, and honestly, I couldn't believe how slow he was, because I raced against him in League 2 last season, and we had even pace. I think we do have even pace, but he was incredibly slow, and just look how easy this overtake was. Surely he's letting me pass there, or going down to the lean mix, because that was far too easy. So we're up to P9 now. Spooky's just behind him, and let's see if it takes him any longer to get past. I actually forgot to engage DRS as well. Just shows how well my race is going. But look at the minimap. We are actually close to getting lapped, and I haven't been lapped in a very long time. I haven't been this far off the pace for a long time either. But just behind us, Jack Spar is getting put under pressure from Spooky. So let's see if he goes for the move. He'll have DRS. Jack should have DRS for myself, and I think Spooky's got past. Yes, he has. So it looks like we're battling for P9 now. So lap 31, right on my tail. Struggling a little bit on these mediums. I was more comfortable on the hard compound, but Spooky definitely closing in. Our back end stepping out there. Not a great run. So Spooky will get DRS. We're going to go defensive here into turn 4. He should have a lot of overspeed, and will he go for the move? He does around the outside, reminiscent of Spain, but he squeezes me onto the apex, so I can't get my foot on the accelerator quick enough. Otherwise, I'd be understeering into the side of him. So a great move once again with Spooky. He had a fantastic debut, like, in terms of wheel-to-wheel racing with me in Spain, and I throw it away by doing that. I just misjudged that so badly. That was my third warning. The other two warnings were when I was driving around the track with no front wings, so that's really unfortunate. So I'm hoping Spooky has 2 penalties. Otherwise, we're going to be ending up in P10 because he is pulling away from me, and we're coming to the line hoping, will we jump up to P9? Can we have a bit of luck around this track? No, we can't. We both had a 3-second penalty. I've ended up in P10, by far my worst race in a long time. Even worse than Singapore earlier on this season. We've had 3 poor races in a row. We finished absolutely miles behind, and this season so far has been an absolute disaster. I'm actually missing the next race in Australia because I'm on holidays, so there won't be any highlights next week from F1XL, and I could probably do with a break with how poor the start of the season has been. So King Liam wins again for the 3rd time this season. Early favourite for the title, but just look at the standings, the huge gap to me. The top 6 are just, yeah, they've had very consistent starts to the season. So hopefully I improve after my holiday. Hopefully we can be battling higher in the standings, not finishing in P10, but it has, you look at my results, it's got progressively worse for me, but I'm back for Spa. I'll be looking forward to that. Hope you guys are as well. So do leave a like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.